our annual trivia night on the podcast this week. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun indeed. Banter is kind of weird to do in this one because I don't know what pop culture reference I should make that we're not just going to save till next week. So, man, how about that pop culture? Wow.
How about it?
The comic books, the movies, the sodas. I love them.
Oh, there is actually one thing that I can get. I will show it next week, but I will mention it here and now because it's on my Twitter already. I found the perfect book for me. It's a manga called The Men That Created Gundam. And it is the
a manga about the people that made the manga.
Yeah, it's about them making the story and its success and how
was
it
Gundam a manga first?
Transforms. Yep, it was a manga. Yeah, I'm actually not sure if it was a manga first off the top of my head, but I know that there are a lot of Gundam mangas out there. But yeah, it is the story of how they came up with it, its success, and all of that stuff. And I saw it, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I need to buy that! It's great." So that's what I did today. But yeah, let's jump right in. So, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone out there, welcome to number 195 of the Whatnauts Captain's Log. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined by Melissa Wilkinson. Melissa, hello.
I'm doing good, Kyle. Hello. You didn't ask, but I felt the need to announce it anyway.
How are you, Melissa? The people
good.
Want to know.
I just said so. Good. Well, fine.
And we also have Ignacio Rojas joining us again for our trivia night. He's back for the third time in a row.
Here's me not totally filling out the questions.
Just coming up with questions on the fly. It's all good. Yeah, it is our annual trivia night here on the podcast tonight. I think this one is going to be a lot of fun. We usually do this kind of at the end of June every year. So yeah,
this is our third one, I think.
Third year.
Yeah, Kyle, you and I did one just on Patreon to start with. And then that's how we started doing it here on the regular Captain's Log feed. We thought we had so much fun. Let's release it to the public. You don't have to pay us $3.
Yep, absolutely. And now it's a yearly tradition. We have lots of these things sprinkled throughout the year, which is a lot of fun. But this is definitely one of the highlights of the year. So I think we're gonna kind of jump right into it. So I think we will take a quick break for housekeeping and do all that stuff now and just get it done with. And then after that, we will just get into the trivia and have fun with that. So we will be right back. We put a lot of hard work into the shows that we make, and yes, we make multiple different shows here at the Whatnauts, and we'd love it if you check them all out. You can find out more information on our website at thewhatnauts.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. When you type in the Whatnauts, all of our shows will pop up right there. Just don't forget to give us a nice rating and review if you like the shows. If you want to support what we do here at The Whatnauts, patreon.com/The Whatnauts is the best place to do that. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. You can get all kinds of exclusive content at the $3 tier. You can also get a shout out and a thank you on all of our shows at the $5 tier. You can support us on Twitch by subscribing to our channel at twitch.tv/The Whatnauts. And we would love to have you all join us for our live streams and talk with us in the chat. And lastly, we have merch. If you'd like to grab yourself a shirt or a sweatshirt or a mug or something else, go to thewhatnauts.com/store to pick up some merch today. And we are back. A big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. Thank you all so much. It means a lot. We appreciate it. Cool things that we have been up to here at the Whatnauts. Melissa, you and I just covered season 3 of the TV show Fringe on the Whatnauts review show. We've been doing that as like a monthly end of the month special thing, and we're halfway in that season now, or I guess more than halfway technically, but half
5-season show
in that one. Yep. On crossplay, we just had Summer Game Fest wrap up. We just had the last kind of straggling remaining showcases and some Final Fantasy news that we talked about on Crossplay, our video game podcast. And then on the Reactor Core, I have a wild theory for where the MCU might be going. And I said that on our reaction to episode 4 of Miss Marvel. So go check all of that stuff out, because that's been a lot of fun to talk about. But yeah, I think that is it for the housekeeping and stuff like that. Ignacio, how are you on questions? Where are you at?
No, I have all the questions. I'm just writing out the options. I'm almost done with them.
Gotcha. Cool.
I've been working on this for days. I've got research links. I have sources ready if you ask me.
Okay. Yeah. she came with notes. Yeah, I wrote mine a couple of days ago. I'm super excited for this one. But Melissa, since you seem to be the most well prepared, we will have you start. I think the way we will do this is that you will ask all 10 of your questions to Ignacio and I. And then I think the way we did it last year and the year before that was also that you gave us the answer to that one right after we gave our answers. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's the best way to do it. I will be keeping score of not which ones you get wrong, but you will get 1 point for each one that you get right. So I will tally those up.
Yeah.
And
I will have you know, I started first last year.
Oh, okay. Would you prefer that I go first then?
I was thinking that I would volunteer to go last this year in the interest of fairness. But if you want me to go first, I will go first.
Okay. Ignacio, do you mind if I go first then and ask you guys the
questions? Either way, I'm good.
Okay. We'll do that then. So let me pull up my questions here. All right.
I feel like we should have some sort of like jingle or theme.
We need something. I'll maybe see if I can find some backgrounds. Like, here's some trivia music. Enter now.
Play a Jeopardy.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you, Ignacio. Okay, are you guys ready for my first question?
Ready to learn.
Here we go. In 1998, the video game Apocalypse, this person was the first Hollywood actor to act in a video game. Who is that actor? Is it A, Bruce Willis, B, Will Smith, C, John Travolta, or D, Robin Williams? In the 1998 video game Apocalypse, this person was the first Hollywood actor to act in a video game. A, Bruce Willis, B, Will Smith, C, John Travolta, or D, Robin Williams.
So how do we do it? Who goes first?
Ignacio, we'll start with you.
Okay. Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Okay. Melissa, what is your answer?
Travolta.
Unfortunately, neither of you get this one right. The first actor to quote unquote act in a video game, he provided voice work as well as his likeness, was Bruce Willis.
Oh. See,
yeah.
I thought I thought you might have Googled Bruce Willis trivia.
I actually did.
Oh yeah.
Because we've covered him a weirdly large amount of times on the review show.
That was exactly my thinking.
See, I thought you might have been trying to throw me off with this. No. I knew all along. I just didn't believe in my knowledge.
I thought it would have been Robin Williams because he is or was a big video game fan.
That was the one I put in there to throw you guys off because his daughter is named
I wasn't
Zelda,
convinced that it was him, but I thought that I wasn't convinced by any of them. So I thought maybe he would have been the first because of his love of video games.
I gotcha. Good stuff. Number 2. Which television show that we have covered on the review show premiered on Tumblr 2 weeks before it premiered on TV? Is it A, Mr. Robot, B, My Hero Academia, C, Hannibal, or D, Halt and Catch Fire? We'll go with Melissa on this one first.
My instincts say Hannibal.
Instincts say Hannibal.
I feel like that show lived and died with Tumblr.
Ignacio, what is your answer?
Mr. Robot. Let's go with
Mr.
it.
Robot. Unfortunately, again, neither of you guys got this one right. This one, yes. Hannibal did live and die on Tumblr. You are not wrong about that. Mr. Robot was on there a lot too. And then, of course, lots of people like My Hero Academia, and Tumblr at one point was owned by Yahoo, and they had their whole like Yahoo anime thing. But the answer is, in fact, D, Halt and Catch Fire. It premiered on Tumblr 2 weeks before it premiered on AMC.
Perfect. That's what Cameron would have wanted. That's the future Cameron was dreaming of.
That's a great one. All right. Question number 3. Freddy Krueger wears a striped sweater. What colors are those stripes? Are they red and blue? Are they orange and green? Are they red and green? Or are they orange and brown? Ignacio, we'll start with you.
Red and green.
Red and green. Melissa, what say you?
Red and green.
Red and green. There you go. You both got that one right. There you go.
Yeah.
Though I do have to admit, since I am not a horror fan, I wouldn't have known that at all.
Wow.
Like this is one I was like, hey, I learned something new.
I'm not a horror fan either.
Alive. You've been into a store.
You've been alive, Kyle.
I've been alive. Let me tell you. One thing about me is that I've been alive.
Yeah, I'm not a horror fan, but I can picture Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so this next one, question number 4. I will have to say I will get the pronunciation of this one incorrect. So I'm just kind of spelling it out, kind of. What is the name of Elon Musk and Grimes' baby? Is it A, XAEC-12, B, CAEA-11, C, XAEA-12, or D, XAEA-11? Melissa, what do you think the baby's name is?
I think their baby's name is number C, please.
Number C. Okay, there we go. Melissa's going with number C. Ignacio.
I believe it's A.
A. Okay. Point goes to Melissa on that one.
Hey.
It is XAEA-12.
What did I say?
You said A, which is XAEC-12.
Okay, come
One
on.
letter off.
Come on.
Man,
This is
kid's-
this is one I don't know how to pronounce, but this is just in my mind. This is one of the like strangest occurrences that has happened in my lifetime. No disrespect to the kid, right? Like they haven't.
You have no beef with the kid.
Forget them. No one will forget them, right?
I mean,
Kyle-
if you cannot say the
pronounce it.
name and you cannot spell out the name, you cannot remember the name. Can you remember the person?
But you know that like, oh, that person that is Elon Musk and Grimes' baby.
No, you know, Elon Musk had a baby with a weird name. You can
Yeah,
you
that
will
one.
never know what the name was.
Mhm.
You know the concept of that person, right?
You know the concept, the idea.
Kyle, I love that you called this one of the strangest occurrences in your life, which puts it on the same level as like if you saw Bigfoot.
Honestly, it would be up there. Man, looking back on my life, I've seen Bigfoot. Did you hear about Elon Musk and Grimes' baby?
Just calling it an occurrence sounds so mysterious. The Fringe team investigates occurrences.
There's been an occurrence. There we go. Good stuff. Number 5. Mario, of course, is a famous video game character. We know him as being a plumber, but what job did he have before becoming a plumber? Was he a zookeeper, a carpenter, a gardener, or a chef? We'll go with Melissa first on this one.
No, it's Ignacio's turn.
Oh, I know it's Ignacio's.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
turn.
Thank you
I'm
for the
wondering
benefit.
if he knows this one.
So before he was a plumber, he could have been a
helped.
carpenter, a gardener, a chef, a fourth thing,
A zookeeper.
zookeeper. Well, since he's chasing down Donkey Kong, I presume he must have been a zookeeper.
Interesting. Okay. Ignacio.
So yeah, Mario's first appearance was in Donkey Kong, where he was indeed, in fact, Donkey Kong's zookeeper.
Oh,
Actually, both of you are wrong. He was a
Wow.
carpenter in Donkey Kong.
he built those
what?
barrels.
In a construction site there, yeah.
But he was the, I guess, zookeeper. I mean, zookeeper, I don't know if would be the right word. He's a handler of
So
Of Donkey Kong.
I made up zookeeper for the exact same logic of just like,
He
well,
wasn't
he's
a
there, like,
carpenter.
trying to get Donkey Kong. But I don't remember the website I got this off, but this is a question from another website. So if they got it wrong, then that one's on them, and shame on me for then
I know
pulling in that one and not.
Mario
Yeah.
was Donkey Kong's owner.
Was he the owner? But
Yeah.
was he a zookeeper though? Like, just like, is that a pet? Is that a like? Was he like a slave master? And I don't know.
I don't know if Mario had him in
Was
the
Mario
cage.
a zookeeper?
I love the idea that Mario and Kevin James have had the same profession. I can't wait to see Mario Mall Cop.
Well, also there's debate as to whether or not the character in Donkey Kong is actually Mario. The
True.
Mario that we know.
It is an
Debate.
evolution, yeah. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of where he first appeared, but it's not the exact same kind of thing there. So interesting. I was hoping that one would throw you guys off, and you both went for it. But that there might be some contention there on if that one is the right.
So according to Donkey Kong Wiki,
Okay.
Mario first appeared in 1981 as in the game Donkey Kong as a carpenter named Jumpman. So my question is, why does a carpenter have a cage ape?
I don't know.
That's a whole.
I think he was just a construction, like good old Mario working on the construction site, just trying to make a buck, and then all of a sudden this wild Donkey Kong starts.
No, that's not how it goes. No, the story of Donkey Kong is that Mario is Donkey Kong's handler. Donkey Kong breaks free out of his cage, kidnaps Mario's, or Jumpin's in this case, girl, Pauline, and has her hostage.
Maybe working it on the construction sites aren't making ends meet. He's picking up odd jobs, right? He has a family to take care of that we don't even know about yet.
It's so rough that he even has Pauline there working also.
Right, exactly. Like he's taking all sorts of odd jobs and things there. But yeah, carpenter, because he's like throwing hammers and stuff like that. Nope. I don't know.
Nope.
One more question about Nintendo here. This is question number 6. Beloved video game Nintendo got their start in 1889 making playing cards. What does the name Nintendo mean? Is it A, leave luck to heaven? B, heaven doesn't gamble? C, may heaven give you luck? Or D, angels take no chances? We'll go with Ignacio on this one.
You sure? I do know this one.
Well, if you want to give it up to Melissa to get the guess there.
Yeah, Melissa, want to give a guess?
Heaven doesn't gamble. I will say you asked us about this a year or two ago. We have previously covered what Nintendo did before they made Mario and Mario's other jobs.
Yeah.
No, I asked
good video
last
game
year.
Trivias.
Last year I asked which of the following was something that Nintendo did before video games.
Yes.
Yep.
It's these are different questions. There's no illegality here. This is all fair play. These are new questions.
What does the name Nintendo mean? What's the meaning of the name?
We've been in these topics before. I think it's funny. I think it means heaven doesn't gamble.
Heaven doesn't gamble. Okay, Ignacio.
So Nintendo, of course, known as a toy company, a taxi company, a love hotel company. Mm-hmm. But before all that, they were a playing card game company. Mm-hmm. So they're Hanafuda cards. The name Nintendo actually means leave luck to heaven.
There you go. Indeed. Point to Ignacio on that one. Okay, let's see here. Number 7 is a science question.
Oh, no.
Does sound travel faster in the air or in water? Ignacio, we'll start with you. In the air or in water?
Water.
In water, okay. Melissa, air or water?
I was considering myself more of an earthbender.
Mm-hmm.
It feels mean to copy off of Ignacio, because I know Ignacio knows all the science, every science fact that's ever been made. Ignacio has in his head. I want to say air.
You want to say air? That is point to Ignacio again.
Yeah.
Water travels faster in water.
So the more solid the means of travel it is, the faster the faster sound travels, which is the opposite to light, which is the less solid it is, faster it goes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Number 8 here. What mountain peak is furthest from the center of the Earth? Is it Chimborazo in Ecuador? Is it Mount Everest? Is it Mauna Kea or Lhotse?
Where are those ones?
Oh, Mount Everest is in Nepal and Tibet. Same thing with Lhotse, that's in Tibet and Nepal. And Mauna Kea is in Hawaii.
So who goes?
Let's go with Melissa.
None of these
Jim?
are the mountain I was thinking of. The mountain I was thinking of, I think, is in like Pakistan.
I will repeat the answers here. We got A, Chimborazo in Ecuador. We got B, Mount Everest in Nepal and Tibet. C, Mauna Kea. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. That one's in Hawaii. And then Lhotse in Tibet and Nepal.
So these are the peaks of the mountains are the farthest away from the center of the earth, meaning they're not necessarily the tallest off of the surface of the earth. Just like if you drew a line to middle, they're farthest away, right?
Correct. Which one is farthest
Okay.
away from the center of the earth?
Oh gosh. It sounds like such a
Interesting
cliche, but I
question.
am going to say Mount Everest.
Mount
That's
Everest,
the only
okay.
one I know besides this one somewhere in the Middle East whose name I forgot.
Okay. Ignacio.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it is supposed to be a trick question. Because at first I thought, okay, which one is the furthest from the equator? And I think they are, for the most part, closest to the equator, all of them. But yeah, no, if it is from the center of the earth, probably Everest.
Interesting. Okay. Point to none of you.
Damn.
Chimborazo is the one. And Ignacio, you were close on that logic. The equator of the earth is actually wider with the way it spins.
Oh,
right? So
Yeah.
even though it's not the tallest mountain, its peak
Yeah.
is further from the center of the earth.
Okay, so
than
I would have
stuff like
still gotten
Mount
it wrong because
Everest.
my other guess was the one in Hawaii, because I thought that one was the furthest from the equator.
Yeah. But it since Chimborazo is closest to the equator.
Oh,
It
right.
is.
Yeah, it would have
Yeah.
been closest. Yeah, I was
Mhm.
thinking
You-
about
you
it the
were-
wrong way. Yeah.
Just barely off there.
Yeah.
Interesting one there.
But
Here we go. Question number 9. Many famous cartoons were first imagined as having different titles from what they went on to become. Which pair of original and final titles is not true? Letter A, the Whoop-Ass Girls and the Powerpuff Girls. B, the Life of Larry and Family Guy. C, Jesus versus Frosty and South Park. Or D, the Crystal Gemstones and Steven Universe. Which one is not true? We'll go with Ignacio first.
okay, so I'm gonna go with what do you say? Family Guy.
B,
Was it
the
Family Guy?
Life of Larry and Family Guy. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
gonna go with that one. Okay, Melissa.
I also think it's the life of Larry.
Now, my second guess is a gemstones thing, because my reasoning would be, oh, you made it up because it would be too obvious.
Interesting. Okay,
But yeah,
you
Family Guy.
answers are in. Ignacio, you should have gone with your second answer.
Oh.
As far as I can tell, it was like always Steven Universe, or they hadn't really thought of a title yet until it was Steven Universe. But yes, the Powerpuff Girls started out as a college project called the Whoop-Ass Girls. Family Guy Started out as a short called The Life of Larry, and South Park was also a shorter skit called Jesus versus Frosty.
Now, did you know that The Sopranos was originally going to be called Family Guy before
Altos.
Family Guy came out?
Was it really?
I heard this once, and I've never actually fact checked it. I don't remember where I heard this. I don't know
That's
why
so
I know
funny.
that.
That's really interesting if that is true. That's a good one. But yeah. I mean, because my girlfriend is a big fan of Steven Universe. She made me watch it. I now love that show. It's fantastic. I've gotten her the art book and all that stuff. And yeah, as far as I can tell, it didn't have an alternate title, but who knows? My last question here, number 10. Fighting evil by moonlight. Sailor Moon's real name changed as it was dubbed into different languages. What is Sailor Moon's English name?
Come on.
A, Bunny? Is it B, Usagi? C, Serena? Or D, Karen? Melissa, we'll start with you.
Serena.
Serena, okay. Ignacio?
Yeah, I was also going to go with Serena.
Serena, you guys are both correct on Serena on that one. Yeah, her Japanese name, of course, is Usagi, and her German name is Bunny.
Yeah,
that's her name in that one there. And then I was like,
if she was
Karen.
called, if she kept her name here, I wonder.
So there you go. You guys both got a point on that one. Let me update the tally. Bam, bam. There we go. Okay, my questions are done. There we go. So Ignacio, are you all set to go next?
Yeah.
Okay,
And also, she kept her name Serena here.
Gotcha. Cool.
But yeah, I'm ready to go.
Let's do it then.
See if Kyle can get some
God damn
points
it,
on the board.
Kyle, make
Yes.
what's the term? Make up time? Do time? Fill time.
Okay, yeah. Well, while Ignacio is working on a few more of his answers, Melissa.
I got it. Yeah.
Oh, you good? Okay,
Yep.
cool. Well, you find out next week what I was about to tell Melissa. Good stuff. Ignacio, take it away when you're all set.
I'm all set. Okay, you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Let me check if this is actually in order. Okay, yeah, got it.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, question number 1. Out of the following mangas, which has sold the most?
Mm.
We got A, Detective Conan, B, Doraemon, C, Naruto, D, Slam Dunk.
Interesting. Who do you want to answer first?
Melissa.
Oh, I know Doraemon is very, very popular in Japan, but I think of that character more as an anime character than as a manga character. I'm gonna guess Detective Conan because I feel like that's the story with the widest possible age range in its audience.
Okay. Melissa goes Detective Conan.
Yeah, I'm actually unsure of what it would be. I want to go with Detective Conan too because I know it is one of the longest running anime series. And I think Melissa has some sound logic there that it is pretty wide range of who would be interested in that one. So I'm going to go with Detective Conan.
Okay, so Doraemon and Detective Conan both are more or less the same length, runtime wise. But yeah, it is Detective Conan.
Oh,
Hey!
Detective Conan
point
has
to both
so
of us.
more, right? Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Let's say yeah.
1 point. I'm on the board. Hell yeah.
1.0. Question
Good stuff,
number
good
2, a science question. I know you guys love those.
Science.
Which of the following is also known as absolute zero? Is it negative 273 degrees Celsius, negative 273 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 273 degrees Kelvin? Which one of these is actually absolute zero?
I'm gonna go with Kelvin. I remember that one being some weird thing that was just like,
Yeah.
well, you need to know that one number, and then that was it. I think. I don't know.
I think I'm also going to say Kelvin.
Okay.
But you
So
got
you're-
us with this rough last year. We don't know temperatures. You know our weakness.
I know.
Dumb Americans don't know anything about
Well,
temperatures.
What can you expect when your measuring systems make no sense?
Exactly.
So you're both wrong.
Education system. We're both
You're both wrong.
Yeah, of course we
Yeah.
are.
Absolute zero is actually negative 273 degrees Celsius or 0 degrees Kelvin.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yep.
Okay. That makes sense. Like we knew that Kelvin exists.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
Oh man.
Okay. Question number 3. Which of the following is not one of the 7 modern world wonders? A. Great Wall of China. B. The Colosseum. C. Machu Picchu. D. The Great Pyramid of Giza. Let me go with Melissa. Which is not
so
one
there's-
of the modern world wonders?
Okay. Because there's the ancient wonders of the world, and then there was
The
a
modern.
modern world list.
Yeah, there are 7
I
ancient and
think-
7 modern.
So it's Great Wall, Pyramid, Machu Picchu,
And the Colosseum.
and Colosseum. I think the pyramids are an ancient wonder.
Cal?
I'm gonna go with Machu Picchu.
Okay. And that's point for Melissa.
Yep.
Yeah. The Great
You picked
Pyramid of
something
Giza
I actually
is
know about.
one of the old world wonders.
Okay.
Question number 4. History question. Which of the following countries was not a part of the Axis in World War II? Germany, Russia, Japan, Italy. One of these was not part of the Axis in World War II. And I will go with Kyle.
I'm gonna say Russia.
Melissa?
Russia.
And you both got it.
Haha! They were the ones that did the whole like scorched earth thing, right? That was like the one thing that I remember from school.
Yeah, I believe that the Russians would do that. But yeah, the Russians were part of the Allies.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact. Yeah. Oh well. Question number 5. Which of the following anime is not considered a mecha anime? Is it Code Geass, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, or the vision of Escaflowne? I would go with Melissa on this one.
I've not heard anybody talk about Escaflowne in years, but I am pretty sure there was a robot in it. I think Kill la Kill's about evil clothes. I don't think there's a robot in there. I don't remember hearing about a robot, so that's my guess.
I will second that one. Kill la Kill.
And you're both correct. Yep.
Okay.
They fight with their clothes. Not with makeup.
I have not seen Kill la Kill, and I have not seen Escaflowne. But I have seen the other ones.
Yeah. Escaflowne is the only one I haven't seen. Kill la Kill is very good. As are Code Geass and Tinga Tapakuren Lagan. I highly recommend those.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. Which of the following was not a part of the original Nicktoons lineup?
Oh.
Is it Doug? Is it the Rugrats? Is it Ren and Stimpy? Or is it Rocco's Modern Life? And we'll go with Kyle on this one.
Oh, man. I don't remember where Doug first debuted. Though if I'm not mistaken, a fun fact about Doug, the setting that it's based off of is like right outside of Richmond. Like there's a city that it was, or a spot it was based off of, Mechanicsville. It was Doug, Rugrats,
Ren and Stimpy, and Rocco's Modern Life.
I'm gonna go with Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah. That is it.
I'm gonna go with Rocco.
And that's point for Melissa.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, all of the three were the three original Nicktoons.
I think they all premiered like on the same day. Like that was the first block of Nicktoons.
Yeah, the Doug, Rugrats, and Ren and Stimpy were the first Nicktoons.
Interesting.
Next question. Which of the following movies did Walt Disney not work on? That he did not work on. The Aristocats, Jungle Book, Mary Poppins, and 101 Dalmatians. And we go with Melissa on this one.
I'm going to say Aristocats.
All right. Kyle?
I want to say Aristocats too, because that one seems the newest. But I don't know. I'm gonna stick with that one, but I'm unsure.
Well, Kyle, you were right. It is the Aristocats. So you're both correct.
Good stuff. Okay. Points updated.
Oh, so are you keeping track?
Yes, I am keeping track of all of the stuff.
Cool. Next question. Out of the following inventions, which one was created first? Which one was invented first? Is it the karaoke? Is it floppy disks? Is it the ice cream cone? Or is it the sandwich? I will go with Kyle on this one.
Which one was invented first?
Yep.
Oh man. I feel like it was I want to say sandwich. But karaoke is standing out, but you would have to be able to get the tracks without the... I don't know how much they were into distributing those. So I guess post-war Japan had a good music scene. I don't know. I'll go with sandwich, but I have no idea.
Is it?
The The ice cream cone was invented in 1904 at the St. Louis World's Fair, and I know sandwiches are older than that. So sandwiches.
Yeah, you're both correct.
It's the best thing since sliced bread.
I'm surprised you were debating between karaoke and sandwich. The karaoke was invented.
It's not that I was
like the
debating
70s or 80s.
them. Yeah,
The
it's not
sandwich
that I was
was in like 1700s.
Right. It's not that I was debating between them. It was just like that one's standing. Like, why is that one standing out in my mind? Like that makes no sense because they would need to have the technology to do that and distribute it and like.
I think the karaoke was before the floppy disk. So I was going somewhere when I started with karaoke and floppy disk, but then my mind just went to ice cream cone and then the sandwich.
He got hungry halfway in as he was writing the question.
I love that this was a mix of foods and tech inventions.
Yeah.
That was great.
Okay, second to last question.
Mm-hmm.
What year was YouTube's first video uploaded? 2004, 2005, 2006, or 2007? And we go with Melissa on this one.
I first remember watching YouTube in 2006. And I think it wasn't brand new. So I'm going to say 2005.
Yeah.
I think that's when that guy took that trip to the zoo.
I actually don't know what year it was. I'm gonna go one earlier. I'm gonna go 2004.
And in fact, the video of the guy in the zoo was released in 2005.
Damn it!
Hey,
every time I say something different than Melissa, I get it wrong.
And the last question. Which of the following planet is the heaviest or has the most mass, to be more technical? Is it Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, or Saturn? Which one's the heaviest or which one has the most mass? And I'll go with Kyle.
I want to say Neptune.
Okay. Melissa?
I know Jupiter is the largest planet, but I want to say it is also the heaviest planet.
And you would be correct on both. It is the heaviest and the biggest.
Yes. I'm a big girl. I know my big planets. Thank you for plus size planet representation, Jupiter.
Good stuff. Ignacio, that was your last question, correct?
Yep.
Okay, there we go. So Melissa, it is your turn to do your questions.
Now that I'm done answering questions, how many points have I gotten so far?
Melissa,
what are our
you
standings?
Melissa, since you've been answering the most, of course, you're in first place as of right now with 11 points.
Okay.
So that is where you are at. Ignacio, currently you have 4 points. I have 5.
Wow.
So,
Wait, you're beating me? Damn.
Just barely, though. Because let's be honest, I'm probably not going to win. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So I need 7 points to tie up. Wow.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, let's see how you guys do. There's no clear theme to my 10 questions, but since we are coming up on episode 200 of the Captain's Log,
we sure are.
All of my questions are inspired by Captain's Log topics, either perennial evergreen things that come up from time to time, all the time, or things we've talked about on one random episode.
Okay, so let's hear Kyle had the advantage because of the review show. Now he has the advantage because of Captain's Log.
Well, they're not like about Captain's Log. Maybe two of these are actual facts that we have talked about on Captain's Log, but like you might also know them. Like there's a good chance of you guessing them.
Okay, we'll see.
And like we have proven that like the first year you showed up, I didn't know you were going to be here, and I wrote questions entirely specifically for Kyle, and you still beat Kyle. Let us never forget.
Yep.
Okay. Question number 1. What was the first lemon lime soda? Lemon lime branded soda. Was it Mountain Dew, 7-Up, Sprite, or Sierra Mist?
Who would you like to go first?
Kyle with the green lemon lime light behind you. This question speaks to you.
I'm gonna go 7-Up. I don't remember what one the first one is, but I'm gonna go with 7-Up.
And I'm gonna go with Sprite.
Okay, the correct answer is 7-Up.
Ha!
Yes. According to the timeline of soft drinks from historyofsoftdrinks.com, let's see. 1929. Charles Leeper Grieg invented bib label lithiated lemon lime sodas, a drink that will later on be renamed into 7-Up. And I found no prior mention of any specific lemon lime brand name.
Interesting.
Wow.
That was a lucky guess on my part. I have no idea which one came first.
Another one of our favorite Captain's Log traditions every year is that we play the Rotten Tomatoes game, where at the beginning of every December, we take 25 films that are going to come out over the next year. We guess what we think the critics score will be on Rotten Tomatoes. Mm-hmm. And then a year after that, we just see who was closest. Yeah. So I looked up Rotten Tomatoes movies on 100% scores on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Which movie and its sequel both have 100% scores on Rotten Tomatoes?
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Okay. This is a good one.
Paddington and Paddington 2? Is it Terminator and T2 Judgment Day? Is it Before Sunrise and Before Sunset? Or is it Toy Story and Toy Story 2? Ignacio, what is your thinking?
Yeah, so of course, critics are not the regular people, so they get stuff wrong all the time, of course. Should be Terminator and Terminator 2. Should be Toy Story 1 and 2. Definitely shouldn't be Before Sunset and Rise or whatever those bad movies are. So I'm gonna go with I think I've heard Paddington.
You think you've heard of him?
I think I've heard of the bear. Yeah. I'll go with Paddington.
So we're saying which one does have 100,
yes.
Right?
Yeah. One of these pairs both have 100% scores. The other ones don't.
I'm gonna go with Terminator, actually.
Okay. So one of these pairs, both movies have 100%. The other ones have one movie with 100%. So, actually, no. Well, the correct answer is Toy Story and Toy Story 2, which I found shocking. Wow. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not 3, only 1 and 2, which is interesting. Before Sunrise, 100%, but Before Sunset isn't on there. Terminator, but not T2. And neither Paddington.
Yeah.
I think those are hovering in that 99% range.
Yeah, they're like 99 and 98 or something like that. I remember that. They're real high up there.
Just a couple weeks ago on the Captain's Log, we were talking about movies and TV shows that are just named after the title character. And if we could rename them, what would we call them? And movies that aren't named after the title character, but should be. That episode is named Bruce Forever.
Yep.
Adjusted for inflation. So these are all older movies.
Okay.
What is the highest grossing movie with the name of its title character? The name of the movie contains the name of its main character.
Oh, yeah.
I went with the list adjusted for inflation so that the answer wouldn't obviously be a Harry Potter.
Okay.
So, what is the highest grossing movie that is named after its title character? Is it Ben-Hur, Dr. Zhivago, Mary Poppins, or Forrest Gump?
Ooh.
Kyle, this is yours first.
This is a tough one. I want to say either Mary Poppins or Forrest Gump, but I don't know anything about Dr. Zhivago or whatever you say. So that one's a complete wild card for me. I'm gonna go with Mary Poppins. Why not?
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Mary Poppins. Although my second guess would be Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur also did
Sure.
good. That might be
But
it.
I'm gonna go with
Damn
Mary
it.
Poppins.
The answer is Dr. Zhivago.
Who the hell is that man?
Zhivago. Who the hell?
He is a Russian doctor. He has a love affair with Julie Christie. I haven't seen it before. But all those other ones I think are on like the list of the top 50 adjusted for inflation movies. So
Sure,
they're
yeah.
up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 1, Dr. Zhivago.
Interesting.
Okay. Question 4. One of our favorite bits here in the Captain's Log is Yankee Goes to Hollywood, where we describe a movie as if it were a
Nice.
scented candle. So I looked up.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
By the way, I know you're wanting me to make like an intro for
Yeah.
that section. Hopefully, I have one done by next week. Because of course, Thor: Love and Thunder will be out. But you are wanting me to incorporate that clip from the song Frankie Goes to
Yes.
Hollywood.
Yes.
From Relax, don't do it.
Yes.
When you
Yes,
wanna
yes.
go. And just that relax. Well,
Relax.
thankfully, there is an acapella out there, so
Oh,
I
God,
can
yes!
get that exact
Yes!
clip. I can put my own sound effects. I can do all of that. It'll be great. So good news
Wonderful.
on that front.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the question is, what is the best-selling Yankee candle scent?
Ooh.
Is it balsam and cedar? Is it beach house? Is it vanilla cupcake? Or is it pure rose? Ignacio.
I'm gonna go with pure rose because I think that the generic rose, lavender, all that stuff would sell more than a cupcake or summer breeze or autumn leaves or whatever. So yeah, I'm
Mhm.
gonna go with the one that I said.
Do I want to go with that same one?
You're making such a face, Kyle.
I am. I don't know. Like I want to eliminate cupcake because that one is a sweet scented thing, and I know that there's some people that don't necessarily like vanilla as a scent. Like it might be too sweet for some people there. Beach would be a good one. That like ocean breeze, salty air would be a nice one, but I feel like that's almost too bland of a scent. And then I don't like balsam and cedar would also be a good one because I like really like wooden smells like that. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm not a
Woodsy?
scent describer. Yeah, right. Just like real homey, real cozy, like winter time. That would be a good one. But I think I'm also gonna go with rose. The scent of a rose would be great.
Pure Rose is up there. Vanilla Cupcake is the candle I personally own and enjoy. Number 1 bestseller, Balsam and Cedar.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I was close.
For Christmas.
But no cigar.
Yep. No cigar for you.
One of my favorite Captain's Log stories, it's so old I couldn't tell you what episode it's from, is the story of little Kyle and his parents taking him to the Harlem Globetrotters game. And they buy him a cotton candy. And then in one of their classic antics, one of the Harlem Globetrotter players takes the tree of cotton candy bags that the seller is walking around selling and just rips them off and just starts throwing them into the audience of kids. He hands one to Kyle, and Kyle now has 2 cotton candies, one in each hand. Because what, are his parents going to tell him, no, you can't have that cotton candy a Harlem Globetrotter handed you? So I looked up facts about the Harlem Globetrotters, and I was shocked to learn they are not from Harlem. They're from another city, and they named themselves in honor of Harlem, and it being a center of Black culture and expression.
Yeah.
So where do the Harlem Globetrotters actually come from? Is it Buffalo, Philadelphia, Chicago, or Atlanta? This is a Kyle starter.
I'm not sure exactly. I don't ever really remember hearing this fact. So I'm going to go with Philly, but I'm unsure.
Why not Buffalo?
It's actually Chicago.
Oh.
Good old
They're from the
Chi-town.
Midwest, just like me.
Interesting. From the Midwest.
All right, question number 6. On episode 160, Podcast Buddies, we dove into the Air Bud Extended Cinematic Universe.
Yep.
Air Bud, his children, the Air Buddies. The further spinoff from them, the Santa Buddies, the dogs that work for Santa.
Yep.
Including these franchises, how many movies are in the extended Air Bud universe? Is it 8, 11, 14, or 20? Ignacio, what do you think?
At this point, it's more of a guess than anything, so 11.
I'm going to go with 20. Because I remember it being like, I remember it being a lot. And the fact, I think we were most surprised that they had been to space before
Space
Fast
Buddies.
and the Furious. Yeah.
Before Ethan Hunt.
Right. Before Mission Impossible. Air Bud was there.
There are 14 movies in the extended Air Bud universe.
Man. 14.
In episode 180, Big Bear Bracket, we brought up Universal Monsters, and we're like, how come Universal just stopped making monsters? Like, they've tried to make new movies about the same monster, but when was the last time they just added a monster, a new one, to their roster? So who was the latest addition to the Universal Monsters team? Who was added last in the canon? Your options are The Mummy, The Invisible Man, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, or The Bride of Frankenstein.
This one is mine first.
Yes.
Right? Okay. I'm gonna go with The Bride of Frankenstein. She seems real 80s Elvira, kind of that stuff. But I don't know.
I'm pretty sure at that point they had already stopped. Universal Monsters are more like the 20s.
I'm
The
just
20s.
saying that's the vibe I get from her. So that's what I'm going with.
I'm not going to spoil this, but I am going to tell you, yes, The Bride of Frankenstein is older than the 80s.
I'm not arguing. I'm not saying she was made in the 80s. God.
With that said, I'm also gonna go with The Bride of Frankenstein.
Why? Because you think she was made in the 80s?
No, because that's more of a sequel.
You feel very unstuck in time, Kyle.
It's more of a sequel.
The answer is coming out in 1956, The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That was
wow.
the 50s?
Yeah.
Bride of Frankenstein came out in 1935.
Man.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I thought that one was much older.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of assuming Frankenstein was the first one.
Actually, it was Dracula.
Sure. Yeah.
Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Mummy all came out in 1931.
Okay.
Dracula's listed first on this list, so it might have been earlier in the year. And then those are followed by Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, Phantom of the Opera, and then Creature from the Black Lagoon. Wolfman added a full decade after Dracula, Frankenstein, and Mummy.
Interesting.
The Phantom of the Opera is Universal Monster?
Technically.
Do they own the rights to it? Is that?
It was a Universal produced horror film. He is a monster. Like, he doesn't show. He's better known for being in his musical than he is for hanging out with a werewolf, but he is technically considered a Universal monster.
But so that's the same character then. The musical and the monster.
Yeah.
So did they take one of the monsters and make a musical out of it?
I don't know. Phantom's not a musical I know very well. I would have to look into that.
Is it like taking Iron Man and making a classic theater play?
You mean Rogers the musical?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Apparently it has been done.
Who knows?
In episode 161, Hench Cousin, we imagine what our float would be for the podcast university homecoming parade. If there was such a place, if there was such a parade, and we had like an uncle's truck that we've decorated as a float, what does the Captain's Log float look like? And talking about parades got us to talking about Silly String. So I looked up the history of Silly String.
Wow. The history
a very
of
serious
Silly
pursuit.
String.
Silly String was a
thread.
Silly String was originally owned by Whammo Toys, but in 1997 they were bought out by a company that makes what other ubiquitous but odd item? Is Silly String now owned by the company that makes plastic spider rings, cocktail umbrellas, Mad Libs, or those little car air fresheners that are shaped like trees?
Wow. Wow. Ooh, I don't know. This is Ignacio's or mine first?
I think this one's Ignacio's.
So not at least that I was expecting. I was expecting more from Mattel or Hasbro.
Like they make Monopoly.
Exactly. They were bought out by a weird company. That's why I'm asking this.
The car freshener company.
Kyle?
I'm gonna go with. Why not? I'm gonna go with the cocktail umbrellas.
Read directly from the Wikipedia. Silly String was licensed to and produced by Whammo in a range of colors, including blue, red, and green. until the Car Freshener Corporation, the makers of Little Trees, acquired the Silly String trademark in 1997. Silly String
Ignacio.
Products, a division of Car Freshener Corporation, manufactures Silly String in the United States and distributes Silly String in North America throughout big box stores, party supply stores, toy stores, and drugstores.
That's kind of wild.
Mhm.
That's ridiculous. I was not expecting that at all.
I love that those two products are under the same roof.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay. Episode 187, The Sicko Bros. Kyle and I used a Star Wars name generator to build our own Star Wars story. So I looked into the Star Wars Expanded Universe novels, which then became known as the Legends novels, and a selection of those are now being reprinted as Essential Legends. Meaning it's Disney being like, these are the Legends books that we think really do matter to people. These ones are important. So these are getting all like re-released and snazzy new book covers.
Cool.
Which of these names is a real Sith Lord from a Star Wars Essential Legends novel? Is it Darth Tenebrous, Darth Umbra, Darth Shaddix, or Darth Skarn?
What was that first one?
Darth Tenebrous.
I'm gonna go with that one.
I was also
Tenebrous.
going to go with Tenebrous from Tenebrae.
You're right. That's a real
Oh.
Sith. The
That
other
was a
ones whose
lucky
names I
guess on my
made
part.
up.
I
Night.
I was gonna say I kind of figured on Darth Umbra. Like that one's a color. That one doesn't really like make as much sense. So it's probably not that one. But the rest was just like I don't know. The first one.
I Googled Sith Lord name generator. That is where I
I saw
got Darth Skarn. When I clicked on it, one of the first names that came up was Darth Fuck.
I love it.
F-U-K.
It is I, Darth Fuck.
Okay. The final question. In episode 68, The Platonic Ideal of a Jeeves, we went researching presidential pets. And we found truly wild things. There have been alligators in the White House. There was a raccoon. And these presidents had weird names for their pets. So, for our final question of the night, I have 12 presidential pet names. One of these is false. One of these is something I made up. The other 11 are real pets owned by U.S. presidents. So please tell me which one is the imposter. Specifically, these are all dogs. These are all presidential dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Which of the following is not the name of a presidential dog? Sweet Lips, Vulcan, Drunkard, Tipsy, Satan, Grim, Sailor Boy, Spaghetti, Prudence Prim, Calamity Jane, Boston Beans, and finally, did a president name their dog president?
What the fuck?
Ignacio, would you like that list again?
Was there a Satan?
There was a Satan.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Interesting. That one is so wild to me that I can almost believe it.
I mean, with a list like that,
Right, but
people
it's also like,
though.
oh, okay, you're the president of the United States. Knowing our history, you were probably a Christian, right? Why would you name your dog Satan? Unless it was the wife's dog and you didn't like it. right? Or something like that, right? But
No, these are names, not nicknames. Not
Names. Do you
right.
want the
This
list
is what
of
the
names
president
again?
will call him because he didn't like it or because it was a goof or whatever.
right. Yes, please. Can you read the
Okay.
list one more time?
Presidential dogs. Sweet Lips. Vulcan. Drunkard. Tipsy. Satan. Grim. Sailor Boy. Spaghetti. Prudence Prim. Calamity Jane. Boston Beans. President.
I'm gonna go with spaghetti.
Kyle, you found the imposter.
Did I
Wow.
really? Holy
You
shit!
found it.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Okay. Spaghetti is the dog of podcaster John Patrick Cohen from Hey Riddle Riddle.
Wow.
But
Okay,
all the
so-
other ones, real dogs.
Who named their dogs Satan?
Yeah, who had Satan in the White House?
Second President John Adams. His dogs were named Satan, Juno, and Mark. Just Mark.
Weird.
And yes, there was a president who named their dog President. I forget who it was. Hold on.
I remember that one. Like that is like oddly I remember that there is
FDR.
like
FDR had a Great Dane, the largest of dogs, the president of dogs, named President.
exactly. For me it was Boston baked beans. It was like that one is so stupid that again, I can see it being a thing. Like they're a red-blooded American male. I'm from Boston. I'm a president of the United States. I like Boston
I'm Calvin
baked
Coolidge.
beans.
This is what I sound like. I have a Boston Bulldog named Boston Beans.
Exactly. My fellow Americans, this is Boston beans. And then spaghetti is Italian. So I was just like, let's just go with spaghetti.
Spaghetti is Italian. Purple is a mix of red and blue. Spaghetti is Italian.
I do be alive, right?
Yeah, you do be alive.
Incredible.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, points have been tallied. We have the final. In third place, unfortunately, this year, Ignacio, you were in third with 6 points.
Wow.
The
I
king
think
has
this is a
fallen.
first. I
Yeah,
think this is a first. I've always beaten Kyle.
right. Yeah, I've always been terrible on this.
Yeah.
I came in second with 8 points, so not too far off, but yeah, I only had 8. So Melissa, congratulations. You are the trivia champ in 2022.
I won
Yet
last
again.
year, and I might have won the first year.
I think you've won every year.
I don't know. But you won this year for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats. I want to
Rocking all
thank
of us.
Boston Beans. I want to thank Drunkard.
Satan.
I want to thank Satan.
Satan. Good stuff. Good stuff. Ignacio, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
again here on our trivia night. It's a pleasure to have you every year for this and whenever else you stop by here on
Yeah,
Captain's
come on
Log
over.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a pleasure playing trivia with you two. Although
Indeed,
Melissa
indeed.
always wins, and unfortunately, the streak where I've beaten Kyle every other time has been broken.
Miracles do happen.
Miracles
Will I
do
still
happen.
be-
You do be alive.
do be
too.
alive.
Will I still be given my customary prize of pizza money?
No, because we didn't agree to it. So,
I'll buy you a pizza. Yeah,
yeah, Kyle
Okay,
will buy you a
thank you.
pizza.
that's fine with me.
He's first loser.
Yeah, there you go. First loser. That's me. Well, that about wraps us up for our annual trivia nights here on the Captain's Log. Real quick before we go, our last bit of housekeeping. Yes, this is number 195 of the Captain's Log. Episode 200 is coming up real soon, and we have something special planned.
Very special
for that. Yeah, for the very first time, I'm gonna meet Melissa in person, and we're gonna record it in person. Together.
We've been doing this since April 2018, since before Infinity War came out.
Yeah.
And now that Kyle lives in the Central Time Zone, I'm gonna road trip out there. I'm going to Oklahoma City. We're gonna do it live, do it in person.
Wow.
Doing it big. Yep.
So Melissa's coming to you.
Yes. Yeah, Melissa is coming to me where I live. We'll get to hang out and show her around town. We'll get to record the podcast here in my studio. So
get a move some Gundams to make space.
Right? You can see all my Street Shark action figures I have in the back there, all my Power Rangers action figures.
This is literally what you said is you should come visit me. I'll show you all my comics. Before I'll show you my city, you to meet my girlfriend. No, look at my comics live.
But look, I have so many. They're so cool. I bought a new Gundam book today.
So I'll see the Gundam book.
Good stuff. But yeah, get excited for that. That is in just about a month. It's going to be the first weekend in August. Is when we are recording that one. So yeah. Get excited, be on the lookout for that. That's going to be a blast. But that is about it for this week. Ignacio, where can the people find you on the internet?
They can find me on Twitter at IgnacioRojasB. That's IGNACIOROJASB.
Go. And Melissa, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wilkywit. That's WILKYWIT. And listen to my other podcast, Saturday Morning Obscurities, show I co-host with my brother James about weird old kid shows you feel like only you remember.
Good stuff. You guys can find me at YoKyleSpringer on Twitter. And if you guys would like to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, we are at the Whatnauts on Twitter. So please go like, share, and subscribe. That would help us out a ton. If you guys could spread the word, that would be great. But yeah, this has been number 195 of the Whatnauts Captain's Log. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.